Hi, this is Linda Sessions. I'm your computer applications instructor at WSU Tech, and I just wanted to give you some tips on using the Pearson eText and the simulation projects to complete your assignments. I'm here in Blackboard. I'm just going to open up one of my computer application classes here. And one thing you need to do on your computer is make sure you're using Chrome, and then make sure that you have your pop-up blocker turned. So here we're going to go to bookmarks, not bookmarks, we're going to go to settings. Sorry about that. And I'm going to come to advanced, then come on down to content settings. We've got our pop-ups and redirects right here. And we want to make sure that we allow our pop-ups. Okay, once we have that set, then we can close this box. We're in our class here, and right here it gives information about the class. Mine looks a little different than yours because I'm in the instructor module, but you should have this link right down here in course content. That's where we're at for Pearson eText, and this is the textbook for the class. Now you do have to purchase this through the WSU Tech bookstore. It's $107. It'll take a few seconds for it to come up. Again, you need to make sure you're using Chrome and that you have your pop-up blockers turned off. You might have a little red dot come up here and have to access and allow pop-ups as well. But here's our textbook. These little 3 lines right here give you access to your table of contents. So you can see here, let's go to chapter 12, creating documents with Microsoft Word. And then here we have our flyer, and this is the project that is in the simulation training that you complete. All of the steps for completing it are right here in the textbook. In fact, if you want to do the files, you can download the files from your class, and you can go ahead and create the flyer if you want to, but you don't need to. But this is the training project, and this is the textbook. Okay, so if we go back here to course content, we can see we still have our textbook open right here, that tab. So if I go into module 3, which is where the simulation projects begin, if I click on the simulation training, now this is optional, but I do highly recommend it. Again, you have to make sure your pop-up blockers is turned off, and it's going to come up in this view all course materials. So what you have to do is you just have to scroll down here until you find the word chapter 12 simulation training. Again, it says it's past due. Right now the time zone is not set on Central Time Zone. I can't get that to change. But I do look at the time it's turned in, and I do take that into consideration, so please note that. So here I'm going to open up the simulation training, and what this is it looks exactly like I'm on my Microsoft Office program. It is very particular though, so you need to know that. Over here on the right hand side, we have in larger bold material, multiple bold text, display a blank Microsoft Word document. So to do that, I just need to click once on the blank document. If you click twice, it's going to count you wrong. So you have to just click once. Type internships available. You're just going to do exactly what it says. If you misspell something, it's going to count you wrong. And then press enter 2 times. If you do it correctly, the next part of the instructions are going to pop up over here on the right hand side. Now, if it doesn't automatically go up, then you've done something incorrectly. Check your spelling. Make sure that you haven't misspelled anything. Once you have everything corrected, it'll say correction complete. Now, sometimes if you've made a lot of different keystrokes and stuff, you can't figure out what you've done wrong, then you want to come over here and hit the reset button, and it's going to reset it. You have 5 attempts for each time. So don't wait until the last minute to do these, because if you get in a hurry, then you're going to make more mistakes. If you get to one of the skills and you're like, I have no idea what it wants me to do, you write down here you have learning aids, and you can click on this learning aids. This is only available in the training. You can read the instructions. It's going to pull up the instructions to complete that particular skill from the textbook, so you can read what it's wanting you to do. Okay, so this is activity 12.2, inserting text from another document. This is straight from the textbook. So you can read through this to figure out, okay, what you need to do. If you're a visual person, you can also have access to this watch video. And this watch video is going to tell you how to complete that exam as well. And it's going to go through the steps.
Press Ctrl-End to move to the end of the document, and then click the Insert tab. In the text group, click the Object button arrow, and then click Text from File. Click the W12A text file, and then click the Insert button to insert the text from the file into the existing document.
So if there's more than one step, it's going to actually go over all the steps. So now we can position our insertion point at the end. We're going to go to the Insert tab, Object, Text from File, Text from File, and then Insert. You have to be careful with your mouse clicks. If you double click on something, you should only single click. It's going to count you wrong. If you click and you hold down, it's going to count you wrong. If you have a laptop with a touchpad, I strongly suggest that you get a mouse to use to completing these assignments. It's just going to work a little better. When you're reading through the information, like over here, select the title of the document and the paragraph mark after it. So we're going to select all of this. And then it says format the selected text using the fill black text 1, outline background 1, hard shadow background 1 text effect. For some reason, excuse me, Microsoft uses very long names for their text effects. So here on the Home tab, I'm going in my text effect. If you put your mouse over one of the effects, you're going to get a little key tip that pops up, and it's going to have the whole name. But in these assignments, it's really nice because it tells you it's the third row, the first effect. So you can select that, and now I'm ready to go to the next part, which is the shadow effects. And affect that, and then the next one is changing my font color, centering my text, and changing my text size, again in that order. Okay, so you have to make sure that you read the instructions. Now once you're finished with it, then you can submit. You can save it if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and submit mine. And here in my course materials, I can come down here and it says it was submitted late. That means it was submitted past the due date, and what you have to do in that case is notify your instructor, and then they can go in and they can accept it. Now the simulation training is again not required, but you want to do the simulation exam. So if we come to the chapter 12 word simulation exam, you'll see that you're completing the same skills. Display a Microsoft Word document one time. Type sharks, myth, or fact. And enter 2 times. You're doing the exact same skills, except that the project is different. The other thing you don't have in the exam is you don't have the helps. Okay, so I strongly encourage you to do the training first and then the exam. Even though the training is not required, it is going to help you and you will not be pulling your hair out. And also, don't wait until Sunday at 1 o'clock or even 10 o'clock to try to get your assignments done. You're going to have some problems. If you have any questions, make sure you get a hold of your instructor, and good luck.